Look down this 50-meter range, just ahead of the gold medal match in the men's individual compound tournament here in Shanghai. The winner will book their place in the finals later on this year in September. And one familiar name and one newer athlete, Brend Frederickx from Belgium, down at the bottom there. He took out Everin Kagaran in the semi-finals, 147 to 146. And Roberto Hernandez, we just saw taking the bronze medal, lost out to Braden Gellenthien. And small margins of what it's all about in this game. We had a chat with Braden Gellenthien about the difference he's made recently.
I put a lot of work in the off-season into my form, my shot, my overall strength and fitness, and it's paying dividends like crazy. I work a lot on my equipment all the time, just tweaking, tuning, making sure everything's perfect, and the last piece that I needed to work on was myself. And I really think that's what's allowing me to compete at such a consistent level. In Medellin, I had a small equipment mistake that I made, and I'm not going to make that mistake this weekend, and I'm just going to continue to focus on my controllables and go for the best.
Well, here they come. It's time for gold here in Shanghai in the men's individual compound competition. Here come Braden Gellenthien and Brend Frederickx. Well, here we go with their career head-to-heads. A 9.76 average, good for Braden Gellenthien against a 9.54 for the Belgian athlete. Well, look at the difference between the World Cup medals. I can't even do the maths on the left-hand side. Lots versus nothing. But it's early days in the career of the Belgian athlete. And really, everything to lose for your teammate, Braden Gellenthien.
Yeah, I think he, like he said in the video, he may have made a few mistakes at the last stage. I don't think those have happened for this stage, and I think he's feeling a lot better going into his individual match today.
As we settle down, the buzzer goes for the range to be declared safe to shoot. This for gold and an automatic place in the World Cup finals in September. Braden Gellenthien of the USA to shoot first.
Yeah.
Boom, straight down the middle.
I think he was cut a little bit on his time just off the clock. I don't think they gave him full 10 seconds to walk up on the line, but Braden manages an axe.
10 for the athlete from Belgium.
Yeah, there it is. You got this, Braden. All day long, everything's going to hit.
Long hold for Frederickx. Well, you heard the coach, who I think most people will be familiar with in the American box, giving Braden Gellenthien a lot of support there. But is that as much about putting the opponent under pressure?
Just that. It's a good start. You got it.
I think that having Brady in the box is definitely a benefit to Braden. He's a familiar face. They both have just gone for years and years together on these circuits.
Well, despite the pressure put on by Brady Elliston, who's coaching Braden Gellenthien, it's Brend Frederickx who comes out at the first end with a perfect 30. And no bad shot from either of the athletes there, but keeping his cool, the youngster from Belgium leads early. So we had a couple of 10s from both athletes to lead out. The third arrow here from Gellenthien, well, just dropping into the 9, but you see how close it is to the 10 ring. And then when all the pressure was on, Frederickx lands a 10 and a perfect score of 30 to start this gold medal match. This is an intriguing one.
Yeah, I think a seasoned veteran against a newcomer, to be honest. Braden is not old by any standards, but has been on this circuit for a very long time. And I think he's going to show that experience here.
Difficult for both athletes. One with
Good
all the
strong
pressure
shot,
on, the
Braden, you got it.
experienced American, up against one who's probably up against someone he's looked up to over the years.
Yeah,
Gellenthien back in the tens
all day
to
long,
start
man.
the second end here of this gold medal match in Shanghai. So another 10.
Ja, X van onder.
Good, Braden. Good strong shot. Yeah, there it is.
That sound is the most satisfying sound out there when
One more.
an arrow hits the
Good,
dead
strong
center
shot.
of the target. It's that low thud sound, and
All day
it's
long,
just
all you.
what you want to hear in a finals match.
Mooi.
There's another one.
Hier van op.
5 in a row.
Come on, Braden. Good
for
strong shot. You got it.
Frederickx.
Ten, 9. Yeah, there it is.
That's
That was
even
fine.
better. That's probably his best arrow so far. Just coming out into the 9. The first one out of the 10s for Brend Frederickx, and we're all level at 59 apiece. Now, look, I don't want to call this too early here, but it was a really great start from the Belgian athlete. At this stage, everything swung back over to the American for me, and here is a comparison of the whole match so far.
Really great grouping from both. You see Braden's a little bit closer together. His 9 that's out is just out by millimeters.
Yep.
It's not very far away from the 10. Brend had a big mistake. That's a 9 that's quite a bit higher than the rest of his group. So I think that's where you're seeing that little bit of a swing, but still anybody's game.
Yeah, it really is, but you have to say that with the experience at this stage, 2 ends in,
All right, Braden, all
perhaps
day long.
Gellenthien has a slight advantage. Someone's got to remind that young Belgian athlete, though, that
Good, strong
they were all
shot,
square at the
all day
beginning
long.
and he snatched a lead early on. Start of
Yeah,
the
there it
third. Gellenthien is
All day long.
dialed
Braden.
in.
Everything's gonna hit.
another 10.
Schoon van op.
Just
de
the one
links in
dropped point from both of these athletes.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
I think right now Braden is
One more.
just shooting his process and almost waiting for this younger archer to make a mistake, maybe drop
Nice
one
and
out.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Good strong shots.
Just starting to show signs of holding, just
Links
a
in X.
fraction of a second, half a second longer than he was earlier on.
Yeah, there it
That's
is.
great shooting from the American, and the pressure is being piled on to the athlete from Belgium.
Jawel.
Great reply though, 3 10s from both athletes, and we're all square after 3. Remember, the match can go to 5 ends in regulation. If the scores are still tied up, then we'll have a tiebreaker, a shoot-off. Well, at the moment, there is nothing between these athletes. As we get closer and closer and the pressure rises, you have to favour the more experienced American. There's Gellenthien's second 10, or his X I should say, and there is a 10 response from Frederickx. Well, he's standing up to this American,
Yeah.
to your teammate. He's not.
He's definitely holding his own when it comes to Braden. He's definitely got the upper hand of experience and just, I mean, age, just having more arrows through a bow. But Brend is shooting really well right now.
Well, here we go again. Rinse and repeat. We're all level. Just 2 ends to go.
You got it.
Gellenthien on target 1 to shoot first, the 4th end of the gold medal match. A little wince there, and that's why. And a good reply. Frederickx with a mini advantage in the fourth end.
Yes.
Solid.
That's the timing he's looking for. I think the first arrow got away from him a little fast, and he's just not able to settle into that shot as well. That last arrow was really good.
Great response again from the young Belgian.
Yeah.
And there's another one close to the spider. But still, mini advantage to this man.
You're good. You're shooting awesome. I got another water close.
4, 3.
Get the arrows back in you.
Oh, he held on to that one for an age, but he's got another perfect score, another 30, and we go into the final end, and it's the young Belgian who leads by a single point.
He honestly doesn't look phased. He just had a long shot, and he shot the arrow. It's a 10. Move on.
I was nervous.
I was too.
Oh, well, he held on to that one. He's been holding on longer and longer and longer. And that final arrow of the set, well, we're going to see it here. This was a near 12-15 second hold, and bang, lands it right down the middle.
You got this.
Alsjeblieft. Ja, als ik zie dat het nodig is, ik sta altijd op 5 op 5, hè. 8, oké.
Yeah, how's your Flemish? Is it any good?
So it kind of sounded, I mean, I have no clue what they're saying, to be honest.
There was
but
an
I
8
think,
or something in
yeah,
there.
I think it was maybe aiming at 8 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock 10.
Well, there we go. Braden Gellenthien trailing by 1. The last end of the gold medal match here in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And he is back
All
in the
day long.
X's.
2 more just
But
like
he's up
that.
against a young Belgian here who's 1 point in the lead. A little bit quicker. That's in the 10. That'll do. All he's got to do is match the American.
So one thing that's interesting about Brend is he's standing a little bit further to the right of center. And if you look at the wind, he's
One more.
standing away from the wind, so he's shooting into the wind, which might be a little bit of a tactic for him, so he doesn't have to aim off as far.
Needs a 10 to stay level in this end. Gets a 10. So we are down to 1 arrow. Braden Gellenthien will shoot first. He's going to need a 10 to put the pressure on the young Belgian athlete.
Yeah, there it
Gets
is.
a 10, so a perfect score from Gellenthien. A 10 here will win it though for the young Belgian.
Good match.
Oh, he's holding on for a long time again.
5, 4.
Releases it into an 8, having had a chance to win here. The Belgian drops it into the 8 for the first time in the match. And unbelievable. I think he's completely relieved. Braden Gellenthien remarkably takes the gold medal in Shanghai.
Holy cow!
What a couple of great matches we've had this afternoon here in Shanghai. No one expected that. Gellenthien takes gold in Shanghai with a dropped 8 from the young Belgian who just needed a 9.
I don't think Braden can believe it. He's still...
There is confirmation. Braden Gellenthien wins in Shanghai the men's individual tournament and has booked himself a place in the World Cup finals. And Mackenzie, spot on. He can't believe he's done it.